What's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Let's get it going. What's up, y'all?
Come get this commentary.
The best on these streets. I'm about to start the club up. Let me see who's here. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So, who we were listening to is Mimi Bangora, and the song is called Precious Cargo. Okay, I'm feeling her. I'm feeling it because sometimes you fall. First up, we're gonna talk about Paula Patton really quick because she is on the thumbnail. I like Paula. Okay, I like Paula because she said that's my mama recipe. And guess what? I'm going to stick beside my mama, okay? Y'all don't like it, but I'm going to stick beside her. And I wanted to play her clip. So we already saw this one here, right? When she did the chicken. And we're not going to go over that recipe. No, ma'am, okay? But we saw her infamous recipe. She seasoned the grease, okay? So let's listen to her explanation.
Hi everyone, how you guys doing out there? So I'm in Mexico with my son, and we're out here anyways, and I woke up and people were like, you see on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, they're talking about the way you fried chicken. I was like, oh no, what? But that's okay. I just wanted to respond and say, listen, I get it. It might look crazy. It is the way we do it. My mom taught me. It is my mom's recipe. I do believe in washing the chicken, and maybe the way the video was edited, it looks like I don't wash it long enough, but I definitely do because I feed it to my son. And I fed it to his whole school. That batch I made it for his school. But anyways, it's all good because everybody's got their own way of making things, and I'll take suggestions. I make a new kind of fried chicken, but I'm gonna always make my mom's chicken the way that she did it. We put the seasoning in the oil and all that. It's just the way we do it, but that's all good. I just wanted to send everybody love. I appreciate the comments and the room for improvement, and to know that this is just the old family recipe. That's how we do it. But it's all good. So I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. Sending you all love. Mwah. Bye.
Listen, your girl said y'all not gonna worry her. Her mama taught her that, okay? Her mama taught her that, and it's all good. Peace, love, and fried chicken. I like that about her. She took that shit in stride, but also, she cut them comments off. She ain't about to play with y'all. She said enough is enough. Y'all drug her for everything she owned. But Paula, it's the seasoning of the grease. But I actually wouldn't mind tasting it. Because, I don't know about seasoning my grease, but it is what it is. But let's talk about TANISHA. The community looking for you, TANISHA. Let's get into this real quick. Hold on, let me switch the screen really quickly. Uh-oh, it's playing too slow. Hold on. So what we're about to see right here, which you may have already seen, this grandmother went and cashed her check, okay? And it's not gonna let me make the screen bigger. Yo, really? I think y'all can see it. I usually try to make the screen a little bit bigger. But this grandmother went and cashed her check, like $3,900, and she was robbed shortly thereafter. Let's play the video.
TANISHA said you got the money. I swear, it's in there.
Did y'all hear what she said? She said it's in there. Did you hear what he said? He said TANISHA said you got the money. Listen to that again.
TANISHA said you got the money. I swear, it's in there. Sit down. Sit down. Have it.
So the grandmother has a disabled child that she is taking care of. She had just got her refund, and here comes this bum. Okay, this we don't. I don't want to skip your commercial. I want you to get your we're gonna skip that commercial. She cashed her check. I'm making an assumption TANISHA worked at the bank, or the grandmother will mention in the video that her lesson that she learned from this is don't tell your business, because you never know who was listening. Even if you sat up and told your auntie and you're like, girl, yeah, my refund check coming, I'm so grateful, and your auntie's niece, okay, who you don't really know, but the niece, friend of the niece, is an earshot. But let's watch the video and listen. The community did come together and help this grandmother out. Let's play this video.
Rallying to help the grandmother who was robbed outside her Houston home of thousands of dollars yesterday.
Yeah, the video getting a lot of attention. The gunman got away with the money she was going to use to care for her disabled son. Sherman Chow following the new developments as people help to get this woman back on her feet. Sherman.
You bet. I tell you what, Len, we're here at the Turkey Leg Hut, popular place off of 288. Lots of folks enjoying themselves. It is a restaurant known for its generous portions and its healthy doses of kindness. It was a little off-the-menu action today, which the Turkey Leg Hut then turned into a special delivery. Co-founder Lynn Price and his little girl also delivered a check to help Tanya Robertson recover from this. Her Ring doorbell captured a gunman attacking her on Saturday, March 26th on her doorstep.
I'm still hurt from the incident, because no one want no gun pulled down there and to get robbed. If I could overcome that fear and everything, I'll be fine.
Tanya cashed a tax refund check the day before, went to work, then returned home. She remembers talking to folks about expecting that $3,900 check. Her advice now?
Keep your mouth closed, keep your business to yourself, because you don't know who your friends are and who is around your surroundings.
That money was important. She cares for her 32-year-old son who was shot and paralyzed as a teenager.
He just started crying because he can't help me. And he was really hurt behind that.
As for the gunman who attacked a grandmother caring for her family,
but the one that robbed me is a coward. And I want to say another word, but I'm on camera.
today Tanya was okay with us sharing her name and the face. We also spoke off camera with her son Chris, who said that like any son, he wanted to be able to help his mother. Happily, the good folks here today, Len, were able to do just that.
That is great news, Sherman. Thank you for sharing. Glad that grandmother is okay.
What I appreciate is the community came right together. Her son was shot, like she stated a while ago, and he's paralyzed from the neck down. And I can't imagine him being in the house, you know, hearing his mother being robbed, and it was nothing he could do. But the gunman, thankfully, he was extremely stupid, and he yelled out TANISHA. So quite possibly they're going to check the check cashing place, or if she went to the bank, who is related to a TANISHA. It's a lead. I really hope this woman is able to get justice, because this was absolutely terrible. Okay, now let's get to this monster. He was convicted and got 375 years. Okay, he killed 2 children because of a Facebook post that was incriminating him. Okay, let me put myself down here. Okay, they call him pure evil. A New Jersey man gets 375 years for killing 2 children over a Facebook post. Jeremy Arrington tied up the victims before stabbing them. Wow. A New Jersey man was sentenced to 375 years in a prison for the 2016 murders of 2 children and a college student, and the stabbings of 3 others. Crimes so heinous, the judge called the bloody scene a house of horrors. On Friday, Judge Ronald Wiggler sentenced Jeremy Arrington, 32, to 3 consecutive life sentences for fatally stabbing Ariel Little Witchkurt, 7, and her little brother, Al-Jahan Witchkurt, 11, fatally shooting college student Syaja McBurrows, 23, a friend of the family who happened to be visiting their home November 5th, 2016. Arrington, who had known the victims for years, attacked the family after he became enraged about a Facebook post. A Facebook comment, prosecutor said. One of the stabbing victims had reposted an alert on Facebook about Arrington being wanted in connection with a previous shooting and sexual assault, according to the NewJersey.com. Furious, he broke into their apartment with a loaded gun, tied up everyone inside, and proceeded to torture them by stabbing them with knives, the prosecutor said. 2 children died of their stab wounds. They were pronounced dead at the hospital. Arrington then shot and killed McBurrows, who was pronounced dead at the scene. This animal, this monster, this is a mess. Emergency medical personnel were able to save 3 other victims, the children's 29-year-old mother and 13-year-old boy and girl, who are twins, and the siblings 29-year-old, the siblings of the 29-year-old. The police were able to respond because a young girl with autism, who is unrelated to the family, was just visiting, escaped and called for help from her phone in a closet. Arrington was arrested after he fled and barricaded his punk ass inside a nearby home, which turned out to be false, that he was holding someone hostage. On March 4th, Arrington, convicted of 28 counts, including 3 counts of murder, 3 counts of attempted murder, burglary, criminal restraint, unlawful possession of a handgun, unlawful possession of a knife, and possession of a handgun and a knife for unlawful purpose. In addition to the 3 consecutive life sentences, 75 years each for murder, he gave him 3, Judge Wiggler imposed consecutive 50-year sentences for each of the 3 attempted murder convictions for the surviving victims, okay? So in addition to the 3 life sentences, 75 years for each murder. Justice has definitely been served, says the chief assistant Justin, who prosecuted the case. The defendant is pure evil and deserves all 375 years in the New Jersey State Prison for crimes he committed November 5th, 2016. These families have waited over 5 years for this moment, and we are so grateful for the sentence. Thank you for all those who helped bring the defendant to justice, and thank you to the jury for holding this defendant accountable. You try to have there is no understanding for killing children. Like, I don't have any understanding for killing children, I'll say a small exception. Postpartum is real. We've had mothers who've had psychiatric breaks with postpartum depression, and they don't get a pass, but they're sick. You know what I'm saying? But just you kill a kid because you mad that the parent posted something about your crime to alert others. So that was a good ending. A happy ending, if you just want to say so. Now we're going to get into Texas. If you live in Texas, put it down in the comments. How I would have to move from Texas. One, I'm not in a position. I'm not going to be having any children, right? But the rules in Texas aren't allowing these women to have an abortion if they choose to have one. Now, I'm not here to discuss anything about God and none of that. What the Bible say. This isn't a religious page. If you want to talk religion, then you need to go on a religious page, okay? This is a question of a woman's right to do what she wants to do with her body, and her not being able to do it, she did it herself, okay? Murder charge dropped against a Texas woman accused of self-induced abortion. Now, they don't explain exactly what or how she did it, but the issues surrounding this matter are clearly contentious. However, based on Texas law, it is not a criminal matter. Okay. Let me see if I can play this really quickly.
Having books at home makes a huge difference in our children's lives. Support the KHOU 11 Turn the Page campaign. Visit modern heart and vascular locations to donate new or gently used children's books now until April 22nd. Put more books in the hands of Houston's children.
A Texas woman facing murder charges over an abortion will charges dropped. Starr County District Attorney Gosha Allen Ramirez says his office will move to dismiss the case as soon as tomorrow. Lizelle Herrera was arrested Thursday in Rio Grande City. That's a community of about 14,000 people near the Mexico border. A grand jury indicted her on March 30th for allegedly causing the death of an individual by self-induced abortion. It's unclear if Herrera gave herself an abortion or assisted in someone else's procedure. Herrera was released from jail after posting a $500,000 bond. The DA's office released a statement in part saying, in reviewing this case, it is clear that Ms. Herrera cannot and should not be prosecuted for the allegation against her. Planned Parenthood, in a tweet, called the decision, quote, such needed news.
Five Cancer Facts is presented by Texas Oncology. Local oncologists explain how early.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, so she's out of jail. It's clear to me that the have taken. Okay, here we go. It says in a statement, Ramirez said after reviewing the case, did their duty in investigating the incident after it was brought to their attention by a hospital. So in Texas, in this part of Texas, you can sue whoever did the abortion, who assisted the abortion, you that got the abortion. Like, their laws are insane. You have no rights over your body, okay? While it remains unclear if she had help, they said that she did not commit a criminal act. The 26-year-old was charged with murder in Texas after authorities said she caused the death of an individual in a state that has the most restrictive abortion laws. They did not say what law she had been charged under, and no other information will be released because the case remains under investigation. Texas law exempts her from criminal homicide for aborting her own pregnancy. Isn't that crazy? That was the loophole. Homicide does not apply to the murder of an unborn child if the conduct charged is conduct committed by the murder. By the mother of the unborn child. So when you just stop and take that in Texas, you need to do your own abortion so you don't get charged for going to a proper facility to do the abortion. I'm not here to judge a mother on why she wanted an abortion, why she's getting one. I'm here to bring awareness to the ridiculousness of such a law, that a woman can't, by the time a woman realizes she's pregnant, she's already 6 weeks out, and you can't get an abortion at 6 weeks. Like, it's something like the heartbeat law. But if you do it yourself, meaning you risk your life to abort your baby, then you're free to walk. When I read that, I was like, do you know how many women are going to fail at this? Backing women into a corner that can't travel to go to another state to have one done. Just because you want everyone biblically on the Bible thumper side to you can't control. Hey, I can't say you can't, because clearly they're doing it, right? They're clearly doing it. So let me know if you live in Texas. What are your thoughts about that? Do you feel you should be able to be told?
Is presented by
Okay, because that commercial want to keep going. Do you feel you should be able to told what you can do with your body? Okay. I live in Michigan. I hope we never get nothing like that. My tubes is tied. It's nothing I'm gonna be worried about. But women in general, they have a right to make a decision, you know. And of course, you have those where the unborn child has a right. I hear you, all sides. But at the end of the day, it is the mother that's gonna make the decision. And if the mother is out there inducing abortions on her own, we're gonna have a lot of dead women. You know, so put it down in the comments. Keep it respectful. Let me know your thoughts. And let's have a discussion. Lastly, and we're going to wrap it up. You guys, we have a 16-year-old student who was upset about his grade and assaulted his teacher.
Police say a 16-year-old student has been arrested for attempted murder and sexual assault of their teacher at the high school. Metro Police investigators say the student went into the classroom to talk about grades with the teacher
before reportedly punching and strangling her.
Now, we do have team coverage this evening. Let's go right to our reporter, Sean Delancey, who has more on this investigation. Sean.
Yeah, Paul, and many of the students that we talked to here at El Dorado High School had no clue what had happened until our reporting began this afternoon. One student that we talked to said that he saw a flood of police cars at the school during practice and was stunned at the news. Metro Police say that a 16-year-old student was talking with a teacher about his grades after school when he became violent, then punched and strangled the teacher to unconsciousness. Police say that another staff member later found the teacher and she was rushed to UMC Trauma. The student was found in a nearby neighborhood where he was arrested and charged with attempted murder, sexual assault, kidnapping, and robbery. Student Hassan Goff says that he was practicing basketball when it happened.
I was thinking it was like a shooting or something, like something else, but it was just crazy that happened because like you don't just think like a teacher or a student would do that to a teacher.
Now, with spring break starting Monday, the Clark County Education Association Teachers Union is calling on district officials for quick action to ensure this never happens again. Things like fixing cameras, controlling entry points for students, and maybe even installing panic buttons in classrooms. CCEA President Marie Nice says one solution is staring.
It always comes down to whether or not we have enough resources. We clearly don't. We don't have enough staff members. We don't have enough social workers. We do not have enough campus monitors or school police, who are ready to respond to things like this.
Superintendent Jesus Jara says that the investigation into what happened here at El Dorado High School is now in Metro Police's hands. And we also talked with one of the students here who says that he had this teacher during his junior year. You will be hearing from him coming up at 11 o'clock tonight. For now, in East Las Vegas, I'm Sean Delancey.
Sean, thank you. And Superintendent Jesus Jara sent this letter to staff, and it reads in part, quote, "I am devastated and the CCSD family hurts for the teacher assaulted at El Dorado High School. Our hearts are heavy because of the violence committed against her, and we pray for her full recovery."
And a letter was also sent to parents, and it reads in part, quote, "I want to take a moment to thank our staff who helped respond to the terrible situation and helped a colleague in need. We are doing everything possible to support our students, staff, and community."
Like, she wasn't expecting it, especially around this area. A lot of the teachers try to sympathize with these kids' home lives because they are difficult. And you'll never know how a student reacts because of the way they were raised or like the way that they just kind of have learned to react to certain situations. So to see them kind of go ahead and be like, oh, well, this is my response, they're not going to expect that. It's something that I don't think any teacher is kind of trained to expect.
Let me exit out of here, guys. Hold on. I was dumbfounded. Like, I couldn't believe what I saw, what I was listening to. Upset over his grade. They don't even mention to us what the grade was. And not that it matters, but I was genuinely curious as to what exactly was the grade, So he is being charged with attempted murder, sexual assault, robbery. The 16-year-old assaulted a teacher in Vegas. It says he is booked and in a detention. And he has attempted murder, sexual assault, battery with the intent to commit sexual assault, first-degree kidnapping, and robbery. Records released on Monday shows he is now facing attempted murder, sexual assault, battery to commit sexual assault, and robbery. On Friday, investigators stated that the teacher was in her classroom. The student came in to talk about grades. At some point, the suspect got violent and began punching and strangling her until she lost consciousness. The student fled from the classroom. After the attack, another employee found the injured teacher and called 911. So here, if you are in the area, though, these are some connection hotlines to speak to a counselor, a social worker, Care Solace, Mobile Crisis Team, Nevada Crisis Line, and Safe Voice. So if you are watching this video, you live in that area, you've gone to that school, and you need some resources that you may not have known they were there or just forgot, there are the resources there. I have family members that are teachers that teach, and I'm telling you, I never take for granted that the teachers wear so many hats. If you know someone that's a teacher, they wear 101 hats. They're the mama, the daddy, the lunch prep, what's up with my laptop? The mama, the daddy, the doctor, the nurse's aide. They have a bunch of hats. They have a bunch of personalities to deal with. And then we come and we have students that want to outright attack the teacher. If you're a teacher, put it down in the comments. Have you ever experienced anything life-threatening, anything scary? Do you know of a teacher that went through something? I actually would love to interview some teachers and talk about some of their experiences being a teacher. Have they come close to something happening to them? How did they handle it? Did they lose their love for teaching? What advice can they give someone who is a teacher or thinking of becoming a teacher? You know, you just don't think that someone walks in your classroom, hey, talk about my grades, I know you're upset, and they just go and attack you and sexually assault you. Like, that's again, that's no word. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for coming back and hanging out with your girl. This is a late upload, as I am late. I'm trying to do better. Working full time. I have other projects that I do in the community. As you know, I do help teen moms and homeless moms that are pregnant that need help with breastfeeding. I'm now helping them understand how to work their WIC, how to get their formula, etc., and things like that. So my hand is always busy, but again, I am here on your screen talking to you guys. We will be going live later in the week so that we can talk one-on-one, because I really prefer to do my news and commentary and topics live versus a video, because I love the feedback when it's one-on-one. But you know, here we are. So that being said, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna let my girl play us up out of here though, because I like her. Let's listen to her one more time of Out, and then we go. Bye.
Your heart, keep it in your pocket for safekeeping. Don't ever let nobody be the reason you throw it out. You stop caring about it. Don't let your head get in the way. Can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try really hard, but sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes you fall. Sometimes you fall. Precious cargo, be careful with my heart, oh. I can sense if it's right for me. Don't let your hair get in the way. Can't be defined by your mistakes. You know
All right, that's it, y'all. See y'all later.